Every time I watched a podcast or an interview with a successful person, business owners, creators, athletes, CEOs, they all said the same thing. There's one thing I've realized. When your life lacks clarity, confidence, or direction, everything feels incomplete. Not long ago, I would wake up confused, go through the whole day on autopilot, spend hours scrolling social media, and convince myself I was learning something while watching motivational videos on YouTube. But deep down, I knew wasn't moving anywhere, not 1 inch. Every time I watched a podcast or an interview with a successful person, business owners, creators, athletes, CEOs, they all said the same thing: read books. At first, I ignored it, and I thought books were boring, honestly. But one day I told myself, what if this is the answer I have been searching for all the time? So I ordered one book, then another, and slowly something in me started changing. After 3 4 months, my mindset changed, my routines changed, my habits changed, my thoughts changed, and also my confidence changed. And all the questions I kept running from, suddenly I started finding answers to them. So that's why when I understood why successful people read so much. So today's video is special because I want to share 5 books that completely transformed my life, and trust me, if you give them a chance, they might just do the same for you. My name is Ashvini, and this channel is all about learning, growing, and becoming better every single day. So let's begin. First one is the classic Atomic Habits by James Clear. You have seen it everywhere. Let me tell you why this book actually matters. There's a line in this book that changed everything for me. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Listen to that again. Everyone has big goals. Everyone wants to be fit, successful, confident. Everyone wants to start a YouTube channel, run a business, glow up, improve their life. But goals don't matter if your system is broken. For the longest time, I had goals to start my YouTube journey, improve my routine, work on my fitness, become financially stable, and every time motivation dipped, everything collapsed. And I thought something was wrong with me. But the real problem was my system. Let me give you an example. Ever wondered why gyms offer super cheap yearly memberships? Because they already know what you don't. Most people quit after 30 days. Motivation dies, life happens, schedules shift, and the boring stage begins. When 97% of people quit, only 3 to 4% survive that phase. Why? Because they are following a system, not motivation. Atomic Habits taught me to do the tiny things consistently. 5 minutes of reading, 10 minutes of workout, one small task daily, one routine followed without fail. Even now, if I skip gym for 2 days, I don't let it become 3. If I can't go outside for a walk, I walk on my terrace. If I can't work out fully, I do 25 push-ups at home. The goal is not perfection, it's consistency. That's the magic of Atomic Habits. Next one is Deep Work by Cal Newport. The second book that changed everything about how I work. Deep Work. This book exposed me because every time I sat down to work, I'd say, let me just check Instagram for 10 minutes. And suddenly 1 hour was gone. And then guilt, then anxiety, then procrastination. This sounds familiar, right? Deep Work taught me time blocking, and trust me, it's a superpower. Today, I block 90 to 120 minutes daily from this time to this time. Phone on silent, phone inside a drawer, family knows not to disturb, laptop tabs closed, notes only in my diary, and no notifications. And the results insane. Work that used to take 5 to 6 hours and I now finish in 2. I get my YouTube work done, I take walks daily, I work out, I sleep on time, I even find my time for myself, all because of focus. There's a chapter in this book called Embrace Boredom. This chapter changed me. We have forgotten the art of doing nothing, because people can't sit quietly without music, without scrolling, and without a distraction. But your best ideas come when you are alone with yourself, still and silent. Half an hour of silence a day, that's all. Just you and your thoughts. Try it and you'll thank me later. So book 3 is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. This book, oh my god, let me tell you a story. A few months ago, I got a negative comment on my one of my videos. I'm telling you, it ruined my entire day. Why did he say this? He doesn't even know me. I work so hard. Why did he criticize me? I kept thinking about it the whole day. Then I read this book, and it taught me the biggest lesson. Maturity is what to care about and to what to completely ignore. People who are doing better than you will never hate on you. People who are learning something will never criticize, and people who are growing will never put others down. So only the ones who are stuck do that. Today, someone leaves a useless negative comment, I block them within seconds. Not out of anger, but out of peace. Because I don't give my energy to things that don't matter. This book taught me emotional business, boundaries, something every creator needs, something everyone needs. So, book 4 is The Art of Being Alone by Renuka Gabrani. This book helped me reconnect with myself. I started talking walks, real walks, with no phone, and I swear those 40 to 45 minutes changed my life. No Instagram, no music, no notifications, no YouTube, and just me and me. That's when the real talking happens. I ask myself, how can I improve my videos? What am I doing wrong? What should I change next month? What am I avoiding? What ideas can I try? My best ideas, including this video, came on these silent walks. Sometimes I walk 4 to 5 kilometers without even realizing it because silence makes your brain creative again. This book taught me the power of boredom, the power of being alone, and the magic of reconnecting with your inner voice. Book 5, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. The last book made me rethink my entire financial life. Earlier, I used to buy every trendy thing, new iPhone, new clothes, new gadgets, and unnecessary new stuff. Why? To show the world something. But this book taught me the difference between looking rich and being financially free. Today, I only invest in my money three things: things that help me grow, things that help me learn, and things that help me save. I'm still using my older phone. I don't care about upgrading every year. I use my money to buy freedom, freedom to create, freedom to travel, freedom to think, and freedom to live life on my own terms. This book simplified money in a way no book ever did. If I start talking about these books deeply, this video will never end. But if you want to change your life, real change, invest in these books. All cost around 1,000 rupees total. So one pizza, one night out, one necessary unnecessary shopping trip. If you can spend 1,000 rupees on motivation videos, you can invest the same amount of time, same amount in books. But buy one book today. Not all five, just start with one. Comment below which book you are planning to buy. My name is Ashvini, and this channel is about helping you grow and become the best version of yourself. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. So I was never a non-fiction reader. I used to read fiction because it felt that you are transported into some other life. When you start reading fiction, you understand that there are thoughts that you about yourself that you never had. You never thought about it. Didn't even think about it yourself. So when you read fiction, it gives you a different perspective. You know about people. It gives you a lifetime of knowledge of someone who has written the book, because that person wrote the book about all the teachings that he or she learned in this book, and you get to read it and learn about that. That's so cool, right? Because you don't have to meet that person, or like, you don't have to meet them personally to know about what their struggles was, how did they cope up with, how did they build that business, and everything about that them. So if you want to read about Bill Gates, you can read it in his book. That's crazy, and that should be motivating enough for you to start reading non-fiction books. If you want, you can start with fiction books, because even I didn't had the motivation to sit and read a book, because it's boring. Honestly, it's boring. But when you start with fiction, you feel like, okay, I can read one book, then let's do next, three, the third book should be a fiction book, non-fiction book, because it really changes you.